My girlfriend feels threatened by my female friend. She gave me an ultimatum. I, 26 male, really need an outside perspective on a situation with my girlfriend, 26 female. For starters, my girlfriend and I have been together for 3 years. Throughout our relationship, things have been mostly good. Our schedules conflict a bit, and we've had our issues, but we make it work. By the way, this comes from Wallow's Echo on the OKstorytime subreddit. So a big issue between us right now is over a good friend, 28 female of mine. For clarity, I'll refer to this friend as Violet. For some context, me and Violet are part of a small friend group. There's 2 other people in the group. We met while attending a film festival around 2 years ago. We were all waiting in line to enter the theater. This line was long, and we all kind of naturally struck conversation and hit it off. We kept in contact afterwards. Everyone in the group is mostly long distance, so we can't hang out in person all together too much, but we talk daily and have weekly group gaming sessions and anime movie watch-alongs. Violet lives the closest near me, pretty much in the next town over, so we see each other in person the most outside of the group's virtual meetups. I do want to mention that I invited my girlfriend to each virtual and in-person meetups, and she turned me down every time. I try including her, but she doesn't want anything to do with it, in large part because she doesn't particularly care for our interests. Stuff like anime, manga, or gaming is childish to her. She sounds freaking lame. The movies we watch are mostly older era films and films that were restored, but she's not into those either. You don't have any interests together that are like aligned?
She's like, I like to sit down and be
silent. This disconnect between us was an issue before I even made this group of friends. It's been 3 years and you don't have anything in common? It's not like she'll engage in these things to spend time together. Like, I grew up on game nights. I'm not even talking about video games necessarily. I'm talking board games, card games, etc. But she doesn't care for that. She either shuts it down and goes off to do her own thing, or if she does actually watch something with me or play a game, then she makes it known that it's a chore for her, and she belittles whatever it is increasingly throughout. She calls it joking, but it feels more like belittling. It gets to a point where I don't even enjoy whatever we're watching or playing. That's so annoying.
That just triggered me so hard, dude.
I'm not particularly a huge fan of reality TV, but I still watch with her and try genuinely engaging because, for me, it's not about the show so much as it's about spending some quality time together. Literally! So my friendship with the group has been a nice change of pace and has brought some balance, but it's becoming an ongoing issue in my relationship. Recently, the group has been putting together a trip to this upcoming anime con. This event lasts for a weekend, so the plan was to stay together at an Airbnb and split the cost. My girlfriend is outright against the trip because of Violet. She doesn't like my friendship with her and doesn't really seem to like Violet at all. She has a general annoyance whenever Violet's involved and gets upset whenever I talk or hang out with her. We could be having a disagreement about something entirely unrelated, and somehow it'll always circle around to Violet. She also calls Violet a pick-me girl. Opie's girlfriend who sucks is saying like, oh, Violet is a pick-me girl and blah, 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 blah. But it seems like OP hasn't really mentioned hanging out with Violet or like, you know, any one-on-one stuff that much.
No, it's all been like
it seems like she's just a girl and his friend, and that's the only issue.
Yeah, I don't know. The girlfriend's just so viscerally bad.
Viscerally. When the trip was first put together, I invited my girlfriend. She had no interest in coming and later expressed an issue with me going. She doesn't like that I'd be staying in the same house as Violet during the trip. I offered a compromise of me just booking a hotel and meeting up with everyone, but that wasn't an acceptable option for her either. Nothing I propose she's willing to hear me out on. It's all on deaf ears because she knows Violet's going. The trip has become a major point of contention between us. She now says that it's proof that I have feelings for Violet because I keep defending her during arguments because she's his friend. And because I won't let the trip go because he wants to go on the trip. I haven't let the trip go because I would really like to attend the con. And it's rare that everyone in the group's schedules link up like this. Yeah, no one's schedules link up. It's so hard to get people together.
As soon as you get over like 4 people, it's like borderline impossible.
I had to wrangle. I'm trying to host a Christmas party. I had to wrangle people.
Yeah, I know you have been.
Yeah.
Wrangling me.
I've been texting everyone. I'm like, hey, you guys coming to my Christmas party? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, figure it out.
And, and you better bring a homemade ornament. I swear to God. If you don't bring a homemade, I'm kicking you out if you don't show up with an
homemade
ornament.
ornaments are so easy to make.
You don't
even
want ornaments.
Yes.
Okay, she said it.
Yes.
She said it.
So what?
Yeah, you're like doubling down. And what if I do just want ornaments? What are you going to do about it?
You want me to buy them from Amazon?
No.
You want me to contribute to commercialism?
I really didn't want you to, as soon as you said that. It just came out of me. I didn't want, no, don't buy them from Amazon. God.
Consumerism? Contribute to that?
Yeah. No.
My girlfriend views it as me taking a getaway with Violet. She's firm on her position on the trip and has given me an ultimatum. Take it. Take the ultimatum. Dump her. She said I could do whatever I wanted, but know that if I went on the trip, then I'd be choosing Violet over her and that she'd act accordingly. I honestly don't know what to do anymore. I'm not saying her feelings are invalid. They are. Her feelings are her feelings, but I feel that she's being unreasonable and that her insecurity about my friendship with Violet is baseless. I feel pulled in two different directions, and now this ultimatum. All I do is compromise in our relationship, and it just feels one-sided. I don't understand why this one thing would be a deal breaker. How do I go about addressing this with her now?
Don't even waste your time doing it. Break up with her.
It's not that hard to go to things that you don't necessarily like. I've done it. You just don't have to complain about it. Like, you don't have to go on it to yourself. But, like, if a person says, hey, like, come with me.
But I feel like if you don't like anime and you go to an anime con, you're going to hate it. If you already don't like anime and you go to the anime convention, you actually are probably going to have a terrible time.
But I've been to,
or you're going to learn to enjoy it.
Yeah. Those
are the only two options you have. You're either going to do a 180 and be like, I actually like this stuff.
Actually kind of fine.
Or you're going to be like, that was like pulling teeth all day because I don't like it.
Yeah.
But, whatever. Then you're just a big whiny baby.
Cathartic Argument says, so your girlfriend dislikes your friend group, your friend Violet, and thinks your interests are childish? My advice would be to date someone who actually seems to like you. And there is an update. I hope I broke up with her. Crossing my fingers.
I do too, honestly.
Yeah.
I hope this girl sucks. Yeah. Compared to Violet, I think it's time to spend time with Violet.
Update. I, 26 male, wanted to give an update on the situation with my girlfriend, 26 female, and her ultimatum. First off, thank you to everyone who commented and reached out. I really appreciated the feedback. It gave me a lot to consider. I didn't get a chance to reply to comments, so I'll address those questions in this update as well. A lot of people asked how my girlfriend and I even got together. She's hot. That's it.
It's hot.
She's
hotness.
Hot. We knew each other back in high school, but we didn't move in the same circles. We actually ended up going to the same college and bumped into each other at a party. So I think that's where our initial connection began. We were in the big college pond, and having a familiar face from back home made adjusting easier. We didn't start dating until later, though. Things felt more like mutual respect back then. It was after we got together that it was almost like this overnight, complete intolerance. I was also asked why she considered my friend Violet, 28 female, a pick-me girl. I honestly don't know. The definition as I know it doesn't fit Violet, in my opinion. When I asked my girlfriend, she only said that a woman knows another woman. A woman knows another woman.
One of those things
you
a
wouldn't
woman
understand.
Knows. A woman knows another woman. As a man knows his man, and a flumplebot knows his own.
She won't elaborate. She never pinpoints specifics. My girlfriend was known to have a bit of a mean girl side back in high school, TBH. Why did you date her? We discussed this before we started dating, and she seemed to work through that in college. But now it feels like that side very much shows whenever it comes to my interests or with anything involving Violet. In regard to the ultimatum, I went back and forth on what I should do and what I wanted from me individually and for my relationship. I decided to still go on the group trip. Stand your ground.
Stand it.
I do believe compromise is a part of relationship, but this ultimatum isn't that. It's an attempt to bulldoze in order to have control instead of working together. Exactly. I had to ask myself, if I did go along with this ultimatum, then what will it lead to? What stops other ultimatums against my interests or whenever she sees fit? I still wanted to give another shot at working things out, so I had that talk with my girlfriend and let her know of my intentions of going on the trip. I told her that I understand her feelings and that she does matter to me, but I felt that this ultimatum wasn't healthy going forward for anyone involved. I again invited her to come on the trip, with her either staying with us at the Airbnb or her and I staying at a hotel. And I thought the trip could be good for us. That was a no-go. You tried. You tried your best.
You did. You tried your best.
There wasn't any compromise she was willing to accept. She was still firm on the ultimatum and said she made her position clear. And if I was still going on the trip, then there was nothing more to discuss. She kept repeating on and off that she hopes choosing Violet was worth it. I told her it had nothing to do with Violet, and that she was the one making an entire group trip about Violet. The discourse wasn't anything productive. I asked her if she would please reconsider the situation. She said there was nothing to reconsider. and that the choice is in my hands. I asked if we could talk again after the con to see how we were feeling, and her exact words were, "The only conversation I'll be having is with the walls," because she won't be in our place anymore when I get back.
Just like every conversation I have when I'm alone, because I only speak to the
talk
walls.
the walls.
I enjoy silence and walls. I will not tolerate your games and your activities.
But you know what I won't tolerate? You guys not joining us live every weekday at 3 p.m. PST on
That'd be-
YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok.
That's crazy.
Just tap our profile.
It's crazy.
That's
If
crazy.
you don't do that. And you know what? If you're watching this in the future, we could be live right now.
Just go check.
So go check.
Do it.
Please.
Do it.
Maybe.
But there is a little bit left. Honestly, I have nothing more to say than break up, which seems like you're kind of doing.
But yeah, it seems like she kind of almost did it for
She
you.
almost did it for you.
You're like, we're splitting up.
Just
you go
follow
to that
through.
Violet convention.
Violet convention.
And he's like, I mean, I'm not going to a Violet convention. I'm going to the anime con with like 8 other people and Violet. Are we breaking up? She's like, I mean, yeah, well, okay. See you never.
But there's a little bit left. Ever since then, she's barely said a word to me, and my texts are left on read. So I guess I'm unofficially being given the silent treatment. I don't understand why it has to be this way. We should be able to communicate. I don't feel equally supported, seen, or appreciated in this relationship anymore. It's a mess, but a lot of the feedback I received on here and the recent argument has been a wake-up call, and there has to be some kind of change. I do think the trip would be a nice refresher, and it's my intent to still go. I don't believe I'll be any better off not going, TBH. Thank you to everyone again. And relevant comments, ISO Reddit says, so I guess I'm unofficially being given the silent treatment. No, you're being dumped, but that's okay. Efficiency Forsaken 96 says, before you go, make sure anything valuable that you don't want to lose, birth certificates, oh my God, passports, important photos, anything that can't be replaced is not in the house. She sounds like the kind of person who might do some damage while you're away. Take pictures of the whole house to prove it's in a state of good repair. You shouldn't have to make these kinds of preparations, but it's better to be prepared than surprised. Have fun at the con. Bippity Boppity Nope says, put all your valuables in a safe place, not in the house, because she's gonna trash the crap out of your house when you leave. I did not get that vibe,
I don't know either. I think she might like try to put a spell on you. Maybe
she might try to put a spell on you.
She might try to cast a spell.
But that's the end of that story. And
So-
it seems like they're broken up. Or almost half broken up.